Hi, I'm Emily from wavyhaircare.com, and this is Wavy Hair Care, my YouTube channel. Not too long ago I posted a video about how to plop your hair, and I thought I would kind of add on to that a little bit of like a part 2, seeing how that literally just showed you how to plop. I thought in this video I would answer some questions that people have about plopping. So if you don't know what plopping is, you can go check out that other video that shows you the process in a really quick little video. What is even the purpose of plopping? A lot of people come across plopping on TikTok or other places, and they sometimes even think that it's like an essential part of doing the curly girl method or embracing wavy hair, and it's not. So what is the purpose? The purpose is to help draw some water out of your hair before you go about the rest of your styling routine. So this is probably best suited for hair types that take a long time to dry. However, sometimes people use it not really even to pull all that much water out of their hair, but just to kind of hold their hair in place while they're getting ready to style their hair. So they might step out of the shower, plop their hair just long enough to like get dressed and do their skincare or something before moving on to doing their hair. In that case, the purpose would be to hold their hair in a natural position for their waves or curls temporarily, just so that gravity doesn't get to their hair and pull their hair straighter, and also just to kind of keep their hair out of the way for a minute. But the primary purpose of plopping is to give your hair a little bit of time for the t-shirt or whatever you're using to plop your hair to pull some of that extra water out of your hair. And I guess not only to pull it out of your hair, but to pull it out of your hair while your hair is being protected in its natural shape, so that it doesn't get pulled straight by just like sitting around with your hair down. One of the most common questions about plopping is how long to do it for, because if you look at different routines that include plopping, you'll see everything from like 5 minutes to 5 hours. I've even seen overnight in some cases. And I do think that this is something that can vary a lot depending on your hair type. There can be a shocking amount of variety in how long it takes someone's hair to dry. Some people can shower and their hair will naturally air dry in 20 minutes, and my hair can't even get blow dried in 20 minutes. So because of those natural differences in different hair types and how long it takes hair to dry, how long you can or should plop for is going to vary a lot. I have dense hair, fairly low porosity hair, so my hair takes a really long time to dry. On my hair type, I find that plopping for much more than like 15, maybe 20 minutes is about the most I can do. And so I think a lot of people who have hair that's kind of more in like the middle range of how long their hair takes to dry, maybe they should only plop for like 5 to 10 minutes. If you are like brand new to all of this, you don't really know your hair type, I would say maybe start with 5 minutes or 10 minutes and then try to estimate if your hair got super dry in that time or if it was still super wet, and then maybe adjust it the next time going from there. But in general, I would say under 20 minutes. Another common question about plopping is, am I supposed to add my styling products before I plop or after? And this is something that varies, and it kind of depends on what works for you and what your goals are. When I plop, it's because I want to speed up the drying process, or more specifically the diffusing process. And so for me, I find that when I plop my hair straight out of the shower and then add my mousse or my gel after plopping, that is much more effective at speeding up the overall drying process than if I add my products before plopping. And I think that's basically because products like gel or mousse tend to kind of like lock moisture into the hair, and so when you use them, you'll find that your hair dries a lot slower than it does if you don't use any products. And I think that even holds true for plopping. I would have to plop longer to get my hair the same amount of dry if I were using gel before I plopped versus after. However, I don't use leave-in conditioners or curl creams usually. My hair stays really well moisturized on its own. It doesn't really tangle, so I just don't really see much need or benefit from leave-ins or creams on my hair type. A lot of the time, though, those products work best when added wet. And so if you're somebody who does like to use those products, then I would think most of the time you're going to want to use those before plopping, even if you wait to add your gel or your mousse until after plopping. And some people like to add all of their styling products before they put the plop on. I think that adding your stylers first can improve the thickness of your curl clump some, might help your definition a little bit. So if those are major goals for you, then you might prefer adding your stylers first. But if you're kind of just into experimenting with your hair and stuff, then I would recommend trying both and seeing what works better for you. I've tried both, and that's how I figured out that I prefer adding my products later, but it definitely can depend on your hair type and your hair preferences, or like your styling preferences, the results that you want, because everybody has a little bit of a different ideal of what they're going for. Another question that I've got before is, can I plop overnight? Or honestly, more often than I've had people that just ask me if they can plop overnight, I've had them ask me why they're getting really bad results, and then when I talk to them further, they end up sharing that they plopped overnight. And what that would look like would be they wash their hair, add their stylers, put the plop on their head, and then go to bed like that, and wake up the next morning and their results aren't what they were hoping for, and they're confused about why. I assume that they tried that because there is content out there that suggests plopping overnight, and I've seen videos where people have plopped overnight and do somehow get decent results. Like they look nice. They must have a much different hair type than I have, because that certainly would not work for me. I actually did try overnight plopping once, just like kind of as an experiment. I was pretty sure it wasn't going to work, but the results were really bad and actually pretty comical. But also, my understanding is that plopping overnight is not good for your scalp health, because when you put a t-shirt on your head and your hair is wet, that like traps the moisture in there longer than it would stay wet if you just washed your hair and went to bed. And honestly, some people say you shouldn't even just like shower and go to bed with your hair still wet. Some people say you should blow dry before you go to bed, because even just laying on your pillow can cause your hair to stay wetter longer, and that can cause rash issues due to things like bacterial growth or fungal growth. But anyway, I think most people, maybe especially with wavy hair, as wavy hair does tend to be a little bit more like delicate of a pattern, will find that if your hair gets too dry while it's held in that plopping position, that you'll end up getting pieces that are kind of bent in weird shapes and just aren't in a natural position. Because I mean, if you think about it, a plop would kind of leave your hair something like this, and so you don't want it to get completely dry in this kind of a shape, because then when you let it down, if it's kind of been formed in that type of a shape, it's going to have some odd bends in it and stuff, right? Or at least mine certainly did when I plopped my hair for too long. And I've even found that through experimenting with different lengths of time for plopping. When I was new and trying to figure out what exactly worked best, I tried like at 5-minute intervals, and that's kind of how I landed on that like 10 to 15 minute sweet spot for me. But I did try plopping a little bit longer than that, like half an hour or an hour. And I found that the hair that was like closest to the t-shirt, especially in the back, would get a lot drier than like the middle and portions of my hair that are closer to the scalp. And those hairs that were getting like much drier would end up in kind of like weird bent shapes from being like kind of smushed in the plop and drying in that position. So that's why I just recommend letting your hair dry a little bit, but you don't want it to start drying so much that it starts to like really take like a permanent form of the plop, because the plop is kind of a natural position in that it's, you know, supporting your waves and curls, but it's not 100% of a natural position, because it is kind of like flipped up over itself at least once or twice. So you don't want it to completely dry in that shape. And the last question is, what is the best thing to plop with? And I'm sure different people will have different answers for this. Everybody has their own favorites. I personally have never really tried plopping specifically with a microfiber towel. I did try using a towel just to like block dry my hair in the past. I don't love the feeling of microfiber. It's like a sensory thing for me, I think. So I've just always stuck with t-shirts, and personally it seems to me like t-shirts, because of the shirt sleeves being able to tie them really easily, is just more natural feeling to me, at least at this point, than trying to figure out how to tie like a rectangular shaped towel. But I don't really have that much experience with different types of microfiber towels. If you're considering using a t-shirt, I personally really love to plop with long sleeve t-shirts. when you have the sleeves on them, it gives you just a lot of extra room to knot it on your head really securely, which is nice. In my household, it seems like we have way more regular t-shirts than long sleeve t-shirts. For some reason, once it gets cold enough to wear long sleeves, I guess we just tend to wear hoodies and sweaters and flannels and things other than 100% cotton. But I've noticed that with the couple of t-shirts that I have that are long sleeved and for plopping, I can use a much smaller shirt and it will fit on my head fine. Whereas if I'm using a regular t-shirt, I usually would want like at least a women's medium, maybe a men's medium. But I find like my true preference for t-shirts to plop with is like the bigger the better. It just makes it so much easier to tie when you don't have these little tiny t-shirt sleeves to knot with. And so if the shirt is smaller, long sleeve is great, or with like traditional short sleeve t-shirts, probably a medium or larger, at least for my head size. I suppose it might depend on your head size a little bit, but 100% cotton is great because there's no like real texture to it, so you're not going to cause friction, and it's fairly absorbent. If you have any questions related to plopping that I haven't answered here, feel free to drop them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer you. See you guys in my next video. Bye bye.